Once neighbouring residents start complaining to the council about any problem, the council is required to act according to its powers. This often results in bringing pressure on the person responsible, rightly or wrongly, for acting in a way causing the complaint. The object is to curtail the activity generating the complaint. Now, the council has powers to curtail noise under the Noise Pollution Act and powers to seize equipment in the case of continued breach of the law. The council has powers to restrict what one does, even if it's in a privately owned garage, in a privately owned domestic dwelling. The council, however, is bound to act in certain defined lawful ways to enforce its demands. The problem is compounded when a series or torrent of complaints are received from one or more sources. These complaints are logged, and often they are untrue or exaggerated. However, the council is duty-bound to act. Then, certain nasty things start to happen, all of which could be avoided by the help of mediation from a local councillor. Here is an account extracted from my book, The Fall, Desperation and Recovery, under the chapter heading, Should I Pay Council Tax? Towards the end of the year 2000, the Council Tax Office wrote to me wanting me to pay extra council tax, as it had been reported that I had someone living in my caravan, which was parked on my front drive at Hayling Close. This is my letter of reply to them. December the 18th, 2000. Dear Sir or Madam, Re-Council Tax 440189724, your letter 11th of December and 28th of September. In response to your second letter regarding the above, Council Tax for someone living in the caravan, I have in fact already been asked about this before, and I have in fact had a visit from Mr. Cooper from Building Control. It appears to me that I've been a victim of a prolonged campaign by those spurious allegations by neighbours. Complaints have been made in the past, including the following: persons sleeping in a tent, allowing animals to copulate in the garden, allowing children to use bad language in the street, parking on the pavement. The complainant failed to persuade the police constable to issue a parking ticket, mind. Overcrowding, storing gas cylinders, running an electrical repair business, running a house or occupying a house in multiple occupation, generating loud music, connecting up a gas supply. This demand for extra council tax due to an allegation that I allow a person or students from Fareham College to live in my caravan is just another allegation added to the list of untrue matters. Such an accusation I've already denied in the past, except for the fact that my children sleep in the caravan during the summer holidays occasionally. My young 16-year-old daughter has also suffered from anonymous, abusive phone calls from so-called neighbours, a practice that I find unacceptable. No one has ever spoken to me personally about any problems that they've had, except for the noise, and I have always dealt with that immediately. So I too have had problems with neighbours. Now, regards the caravan. As I understand things, a person would not be allowed to reside in a caravan unless building control allows it, even in a private domestic home or otherwise. My home does have a caravan parked on its drive, and if you say building control has not granted permission for anyone to reside in it, then why are you asking extra council tax for the alleged occupant? That would be obtaining taxes unlawfully. You now say that if we had permission for someone to live in the caravan, then extra council tax would be due, whether they lived in it or not. I've already stated no one is living in the caravan, and you have now told me that there is no permissions, which means your demand for extra council tax is unreasonable and unlawful. However, allow my tongue-of-cheek reply. It has been reported to me that the following picture was taken of the occupant in the caravan, and it is believed it escaped from the Animal Rescue Centre in Stubbington. It looks rather dangerous to me, and I don't think it has the means to pay council tax. I dare not ask it. Yours sincerely, David Clark, and may I take this opportunity to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the family, and we will do the best to keep the peace. In conclusion, a good neighbour will act in a way to assist and help his neighbour with goodwill and allow them to live, and often go a second mile, so to speak. A good neighbour does not go behind their neighbour's back, make up lies and exaggerate complaints to a third party. Should the council kowtow to such bad neighbours and allow them to rule the roost, so to speak, they create for themselves a bad name and allow injustice to prevail. These are not the conditions for peace.